There is some suggested equipment that we recommend that you obtain before your surgery. It'll make your life a little easier once you get home. Some of that equipment includes a shower chair or a tub transfer bench. We also would recommend a bed cane to help make your bed mobility better and to abide by those spinal precautions that you have. There's also toilet safety frames that are available to help make getting on and off the toilet easier. And there's also a raised toilet seat that you can get to make sure that you're not bending too much when toileting. Now, there is some long-handled adaptive equipment you might be familiar with. You could come home with this. And what we have is a long-handled shoe horn. This is available to help with lower body dressing so that when you are putting on footwear, you're not having to bend at the waist and break your precautions. There's also a long-handled sponge, and this is handy for when you are cleared to shower. You can wash your feet and your legs without having to bend. You can wash your back without having to twist. Lastly, we have a long-handled reacher. This is handy for overhead reaching. If you drop something on the floor, you can retrieve it. You just want to make sure that you're bending at the knees slightly, not bending at the waist. This is also handy for lower body dressing if you have to get pants, socks, or shoes on without bending. There are some other modifications that we recommend. Installing grab bars by any steps so that there's something to hold on to when you're entering and exiting the home. Removing any throw rugs that might be on the floor. We want to make sure that you're not at risk for tripping. And then making sure that you have sufficient lighting in the house. A lot of times it's recommended to have night lights or some kind of a good source of light so that you're not tripping in the dark. If you have any pets at home, cats or dogs, we want to make sure that they're not underfoot to reduce the risk of you tripping on them. We also want to be sure that they're not going to jump up on you and possibly knock you off balance. And we always want to make sure that you have appropriate footwear on at all times when you're walking indoors or outdoors. Something with a good grippy sole and no flip-flops. Another piece of equipment that might be helpful for bathing would be a handheld shower. That way you can just remove it and wash without having to move your body while in the shower. Reduces the fall risk.